Hello dear students, today our topic is Dream Job. This lesson is presented by Ergasheva D.K. Activities of our lessons are working with the vocabulary, listening tasks, grammar exercises, speaking, writing, covering letter. Let's begin with warming up. Look at the photos and answer the questions. What are these jobs? Would you like to do them? Why? Why not? What is your idea of a dream job? Think it over. And right now we shall have listening activity. Listen to people talking about their dream jobs. Match the speakers to the photos.
Recording 2. Luca.
Well, I've always loved sport and swimming. As a kid, I used to spend all my free time in the summer on the beach with my friends. We would swim or surf or just play about in the water, and there was always a lifeguard there on the beach, and I used to think, "Oh, what a brilliant job." So when I left school, I trained to be a lifeguard. I really enjoyed the job for a few years. In the summer, I would work on the beach, and then in the winter, I would go skiing. It was my dream job. I loved it. But after a while, I started to get bored. I was just on this boiling beach all day, watching all the beautiful people, but I couldn't really enjoy myself, you know? I just had to stand there and watch. So I knew it was time to find something else to do.
Nicola.
I used to be an ice cream taster, and for a while it was definitely my dream job. I mean, can you imagine anything better than sitting at work, eating delicious ice cream all day? I was in heaven. I was working for a big company with a team of food scientists, and our job was to come up with new ideas for ice cream flavours. So I suppose that was the problem, because a lot of the time we had to try new flavours like curry and lime ice cream or cheese and sausage, and we would have to taste it. And usually it was terrible, really disgusting. Now, most people would just say, "Yuck, I'm not eating that again." But unfortunately, when it's your job, you have to keep tasting it to see if they have made it any better. Sometimes we would taste 30 different ice cream flavours before lunch. So it wasn't all good.
Amy.
I was a professional shopper for a while. It was good fun at first. The lady I worked for was a television presenter and she needed outfits to wear on television, but she didn't have time to go shopping. So I would go out and buy clothes for her, and then she would try them on at home and I would take back anything that was no good. It was a fascinating insight into how some people live. But as time went on, I realised she was impossible to please. One time, I had to buy her an outfit for a special event she was going to, and I bought her a few different things to try on. But she didn't like any of them, and she was really furious that I hadn't found her something different. It wasn't really my fault, but I lost my job soon after that.
So you have listened the recording and you have matched the speakers to the photos. Yes? And right now please answer the question. What problem does each speaker talk about? Next, you can listen again and answer questions 1-8. Who had a boss who worked in the media? Who worked for a big company? Who spent a lot of time by the sea as a child? Who had to try and invent new ideas for the job? Who decided to do this job because they saw someone else doing it? Who had a different job in the summer and in the winter? Who had a difficult relationship with their boss? Who started to find their job boring? Please answer these questions. You can check your answers by reading audio scripts. While reading these audio scripts, please pay attention to the words in bold. You will need them in the next activity. brilliant, boiling, beautiful. Next audio script for Nicola, delicious, terrible. And for Annie, fascinating, impossible, furious. Here we'll have vocabulary activity. Find the extreme adjectives in bold and audio scripts, which we have found already, and match them to the gradable adjectives below. For example, good, wonderful, amazing, and you should continue. After this exercise, we shall have one more activity, also vocabulary. Complete conversation from 1 till 6 with extreme adjectives. Next is grammar exercise for used to and would. Read the text. What did the children dream of doing? Have they achieved their dreams? Please fulfill this task. And one more exercise for grammar. Complete the text where possible use would. Where neither used to or would are possible, used just past simple. And right now we shall analyze covering letter. I think you know that covering letter is a letter containing information about applicants for some job. They are usually submitted with application for the position and with CV. Right now you will read the sample of covering letter and then answer the questions. Do you think this person would be good for the job? Why and why not? Please read this letter. And here we have some rules for preparing a covering letter. First, what qualities are they looking for? Write 3 or 4 points that show you have these qualities. Use the same words as they use in advertisements. For example, if they are searching for responsible people, you should point in your covering letter that you are a very responsible person. Next, address your letter to an individual. Only use Dear Sir, Madam when you can't find out the recipient's name. Next, finish with a call to action. What is going to happen next? Are you going to call them or should they call you? Next, explain why you're contacting them. What is the job? Where have you seen it? And the last one, use yours sincerely if you know their name or yours faithful if you don't. Here you have your homework. Choose one of the job advertisements below and write your covering letter. Fashion designer wanted, travel writer required, or teaching assistant vacant. So this was your homework and it was your last task. Our lesson is over. Thank you for your attention. See you on my next lessons. Goodbye.